Welcome to all of you joining our ECHU Education Forum from different places around the world. Thank you for being here today. So we will conduct today's program in the following 5 items. First, we will begin by paying homage to the Buddha by reciting Namo Tassa 3 times. Second, I will briefly introduce our distinguished speaker. That our speaker will kindly present the way to write my dissertation, Contemplation of the Feeling, Virananubhasana, and share his valuable experience with us. Fourth, we will open the floor for the question and answer section. And fifth, and finally, we will conclude the program by reciting Buddha Sasana 3 times. So now I would like to take a moment to introduce our distinguished speaker for today's section. So Dr. Ashin Sopāka. Our speaker's name is Dr. Ashin Sopāka, the founder of the Siddha Ransi Meditation and Education Center in Myitkyina, Kachin State, Myanmar. Dr. Ashin Sopāka began his monastic education by studying Priyati Dhamma at several renowned monastic institutions, including Mahajodikarama Pali Tekasila in Monywa, Nayumasoying Center in Mandalay, and Mangala U Monastery in Danlian. He received the Sasanadija Dhammacharya degree in 2006, conferred by Ministry of Religious Affairs. He then continued his higher education in the International Theravada Buddhist Missionary University, ITBMU in Yangon. In 2010, he obtained a diploma in Buddha Dhamma, followed by a Bachelor of Arts in Buddha Dhamma in 2012. His postgraduate studies focused on high meditation vipassana as his major area of research. In 2016, he earned his Master of Arts in Buddha Dhamma, submitting a thesis entitled An Analytical Study of Seclusion for Happiness and Bliss, Viveka Sukha. In 2022, Dr. Sopāka founded the Siddha Ransi Meditation Education Center in Myitkyina, Kachin State, Upper Myanmar. At this center, he devotes himself to teaching Buddhist scripture to young novices, offering English language instruction to students, and providing meditation guidance to lay practitioners. In 2023, he was awarded a doctoral philosophy PhD in Buddha Dhamma for his dissertation entitled An Analysis of Feeling with special reference to Virananubhasana. So we are truly honored to have Dr. Ashin Sopāka with us today to share his experience. Let us now warmly welcome our venerable speaker, Dr. Ashin Sopāka. So if the speaker, our speaker is ready, you can take your time. Stage is yours.
Okay. Okay. Thank you very much, and good evening, all the venerable and esteemed scholar, brothers and sisters in this Tawagu Education Forum. It is a great honor to be here together with you, and first of all, let me say thank you to share some experience here. And I lecturer of ITMU, and it is also a great pleasure to be with our moderator, Dr. Ashin Sopāka, because now he got the PhD degree in this year, and he is a new and still fresh for his PhD. I take the PhD degree about 2 years. That's 2 years ago that I have got the PhD degree from the ITB-MU. Just as for me, you know, I forgot almost everything in connection with the dissertation. You know, I'm not now staying in the education field, and I just now in the petty field, you know, that so now I'm still junior in the education field, so that I'm not a scholar that I accept like that. So today topic, the way to write my dissertation, the contemplation of feeling at ITB-MU, is not my own idea. Actually, this topic is asked by the Dawagu CRO as to present, so to be accordance with it's the name of the Dawagu Education Forum. So that's also very nice, and I like this one. So here my presentation PowerPoint. So the topic, the way to write my dissertation, contemplation of the feeling at ITB is that does not mean to write a PhD dissertation. Actually, I just share my own experience and connection with the writing a PhD dissertation at the ITB-MU. That's it. So to be a PhD scholar, so any benefits, and then just only we need is at the ITB-MU is to be patient. So that is no special things, and also we don't have the any different from the other university also. So we need is just only the patient, because you know the ITB-MU does not allow the PhD candidate who have got the MA degree from other university. If we want a PhD degree from the ITB-MU University, we have to start from the diploma class. It will take so long time. That is when I see that we need the patient. And for the diploma class, we take 1 year for VAB, we take 2 years. For MA, we take 3 years. And for PhD, so that we take 5 years. At least we take 11 years at least to have the PhD degree from the ITB-MU University. So if we want the MA degree from that university, you know, the other we students must have qualified national subjects. Then we can continue the MA course. So here, special things that we have to understand is, I think, so my opinion, a university does not believe that MA students are qualified, because you know we have to sit for the entrance exam again for the PhD course. Although we have already got a MA degree from that university. So for that PhD entrance exam, we need 75 marks to pass the this exam. So this exam had 1 year, one time for 1 year. So if we have to wait next year again, and just only one time for 1 year, so we have to wait. And if we fail, this PhD entrance exam. So that's why I say we need patience. And also, there's some students take the entrance exam for 2 years, and some take for 3 years to be a PhD candidate. After passing a PhD degree, so we have to wait 1 year as a prelim, preparing our proposal. So in this, during 1 year, we need to search, or we need to read a lot of books for our proposal, and we need to search some of the methodology and research knowledges. And also after 1 year, we need to submit proposals to the Academy Board when they ask. So if our proposal is accepted and the Academy Board, we have the supervisor for our dissertation. So for the PhD candidate, as a PhD candidate, luckily, I have 2 supervisors, luckily. And in the Army courses, so I have 3 supervisors even in the Army. So as a PhD candidate, I have the 2 supervisors. So we have the 2 supervisors, and starting from that time, so that we have to try, we have to boost up or speed up our patient again. For the PhD at the NTU, 3 times we have to present our dissertation. So 1 time in 1 year. Altogether, take 3 years of presentation that we have to do. So for our dissertation, so reading many books and collecting many data, we need to approach to our supervisors, and we need to discuss with our supervisor. So now I discussed with my supervisor in connection with my dissertation here. I just want to show briefly my PhD dissertation. So roughly, discussion with my supervisor within a new Vipassana. Firstly, one of the 4 foundations of mindfulness, Stipatthana. This is the important for both theory and practice. So this dissertation, combines a canonic study and commentary, a practical application. So that I need to write this dissertation discussing when is contemplation of feeling important in meditation. So firstly, I just went to the supervisor and discussed with this topic, and to write my dissertation. So to start my dissertation. So, sometimes, not sometimes, always. So always. So we need the patient to discuss with our supervisor, because supervisors are always very busy, very busy. So sometimes they can guide or the supervise, and sometimes they are very busy and they cannot. Here next, so that I just draw my dissertation structure, and from the introduction, as an introduction, the background awareness in Theravada Buddhism, and a research problem and questions, objective scope, methodology, literature review. these all are not so different from other students. So we need such kind of words for writing the dissertation. So as a literature review, so still write the PhD dissertation here. So now when we study other dissertation or thesis in connection with the Vinanupasana, I hardly found such kind of thesis or dissertation. That's why, so in the Theravada University, so according to its name, we have to stand on the Theravada Buddhist text, and therefore, well, firstly, I read a lot of books and connect in the Theravada Buddhist text. From there, the canonic sources, Digha Nikaya, Majjhima Nikaya, Samyutta Nikaya. In connection with the Vinanupasana, I have read a lot, firstly, and also, so, you know, in the Samyutta Nikaya, I had found the one Samyutta, Vedana Samyutta. So, there, 31, I think, 31 sutta, they are the Buddha expounded in connection with the Vedana. So we have studied there and its commentaries. So in connection with the commentary, we also read Visuddhimagga and the other Atthagata. So, and also we have to study modern mindfulness studies. Also, we have to study like the Western scholar connection and the this is the introduction. Yeah. So for the dissertation structure 2, second structure, chapter 1, I write there, analytical study, the topic. And under the analytical study, I write about the significance of feeling, you know, the overview on the interpretation of Vedana. Vedana is just only Pali word. When we interpret or translate this one into English or other languages, it will be difficult for us to understand about the Vedana. Even in the Myanmar also, when we say Vedana, we just only take note as this is the painful feeling, only we just take note. So even in the meditation center also, they use Vedana as a painful feeling, just only painful feeling. Actually, Vedana is not just only painful feeling. You have already known that. So from the standpoint of scholar, that we understand about the Vedana. Vedana is not just only the painful feeling, the other feeling also are included there. And I study, so in this chapter, the characteristic of feeling and the classification of feeling. You know, the Vedana, there are many kinds of Vedana expounded by the Buddha in his teachings. Sometimes the Buddha is expounded as one kind of Vedana. Sometimes two kind the Buddha expounded, and sometimes three, and sometimes 4 or 5 or 30, that six or one kind the Buddha expounded there. So I have mentioned the classification of feeling there in chapter 1. So as in chapter 2, you know, the contemplation of feeling, the advantages I have expressed there. This is not so special for my dissertation for this chapter 2 because it was mentioned from the Mahasatipatthana Sutta advantages, 7 advantages. You have already know that this chapter is not so special for my dissertation. You know, the liberation from suffering, overcoming sorrow and lamentation, sadhana, visuddhiya, soka, pritivana, samtikamaya, dukkha, domana, sana, atingre. This is just that for that chapter 2. here for the chapter 3, so that I write feeling and their respective fields. And the first title, the relationship of feeling and objects. So actually, the feeling or Vedana feels the objects. So how to connect feeling and objects, how to feel the feeling, feeling feels the objects. So I write there. And then as the second subtitle, examining the feeling as the object of insight meditation. The feeling is one of the universal major factor, savajita sadharana. This is connected with every jita. Even in the Lokuttara Magga Jita also is associated with this feeling. So that in reality, when we practice the meditation, we just only focus on the mundane feeling alone. So that is why. So in this chapter, examining the feeling as the object of insight meditation is, or what kinds of feeling should be focused as a meditation. I write there. And then next subtitle, self on the feeling. So that if we don't know the feeling, you have already know that. So that we take, this is the vedaka, like the ajat or so, like that something that we can take note. That is why self on the feeling is also need to study here. And then the basis of arising feeling. To arise the feeling, we need the basis. The basis is not so special for us. Next, it is very familiar with us, and basis of these bases are also the arising of the feeling. And then the causes of feeling. To arise the feeling, we know there are many causes, like the other objects and bases, and also the consciousness and contact also passa. We also need many causes. The causes are also mentioned there. This is the chapter 3, feeling and their respective feeling. And then chapter 4, I have written about the feelings and their effects. The feeling and their effects, and as a subtitle, feeling in the Mahasatipatthana Sutta. So the Buddha expounded the feeling in the Mahasatipatthana Sutta, and also the Buddha expounded the feeling in the Sakapanya Sutta. They are a little different from the standpoint of the insight meditation. So there, I mentioned one it is different between these two suttas, Mahasatipatthana Sutta feeling and Sakapanya Sutta feeling. So, and then pleasant feeling, when the pleasant feeling arises, what kinds of effect can be arise. Also, I mentioned there, and also unpleasant feeling and its effect, and neutral feeling and its effect. This is just only roughly, I just say for my dissertation. So actually, we need a lot of books and a lot of website, and so we need to read a lot of the dissertation, many scholar works, and for the dissertation. And then the chapter 5. Here, chapter 5, practical instruction on the contemplation of feeling. That is the contemplation. I just want to express or mention about the instruction on the contemplation of feeling, practically or theoretically. So here first one, contemplation of feeling, I just draw, and then a contemplation of feeling in terms of sensuality and non-sensuality. The sensuality is samita vedana. Now sensuality is niramisa, samisa, and nirvisa. This is also why contemplation of the feeling. So, and then next subtitle is a contemplation of arising and disappearance of feeling. This is Samudaya Dhammanupassi and Avaya Dhammanupassi. I just expressed here. And a withdrawal from feeling. Vedana Vikambana. This is about the Vikambana. So, just the right hand. And finally, the achievement of knowledge and of knowledge is right. So, I just emphasize on sexual and also this is a chapter 5. So my dissertation includes
painful feeling. Contemplation of the painful feeling.
You must be patient everywhere.
Yeah.
Here also. He teaches the way how to be patient with everything.
It's really nice. Practicing patience.
It was very
Practically.
interesting. Very,
ITBMU.
I'm listening carefully. Very interesting. It's like a giving Dhamma talk.
Challenging our patience.
Very interesting.
Oh, really?
I'm very wisdom. I'm listening like a Dhamma talk, and I can share like that
You
to my
got the
audience. Yeah, to my audience.
In Uganda, you can give the Dhamma talk like this.
Yeah, very. Every Sunday, I give it. We have a diabwe. I give Dhamma talk for over 70 audience every Sunday week.
You got the practical.
Now that's why I emphasize this presentation. Unfortunately, this week, unfortunately now he's lose connection.
I hope he will come back very soon.
Yes.
Because he is very patient. He has
Yeah.
trained himself.
okay. I'm sorry. I just say quickly because of I don't believe my connection.
No problem. Take it
It's
easy.
okay.
No problem.
Everyone
Patient.
knows how to be patient now.
Yeah, some divers annoying.
You present not only theoretical but also practical way that we have to be patient.
Exactly.
Okay, we need to stay patient for
You can explain chapter 5 again. Just now we didn't hear anything.
Okay. So in the chapter 5, So I just express or mention about the practical instruction and the contemplation of feeling. In this chapter 5, and actually I emphasize on the Shadows practical instruction like Mahasi Shadows, Chinese Shadows, and Mogul Shadows, etc. Many famous meditations teacher, I emphasize their practical instruction. And also I emphasize on the original Pali text, commentaries, and a sub-commentary also. So the first subtitle for this chapter 5 is a contemplation of feeling. And then a contemplation of feeling in terms of sensuality and non-sensuality. You know, the sensuality and non-sensuality is in connection with the samisa vedana and niramisa vedana. So this is also the one of the technique taught by the Buddha as a vedana nupassana. And then also contemplation of the arising and disappearance of feeling. It is about the smudya dhammanupasi and avaya dhammanupasi. Just like rising and falling down, udaya and so next one is the withdrawal from feeling. That is the so the when we practice the insight meditation, so when we have the painful feeling very strongly, and so we made it very much the time when how can we withdraw from that painful feelings to continue that contemplation of feeling. So that is why. So I mentioned here the withdrawal from the feeling. So according to the Buddha's teaching, according to the Buddhist text, and also Chinese theology techniques also I mentioned there. The last one, achievement or knowledge, that is, the practicing the insight meditation, everyone can achieve the insight knowledge and the magga phala jnana, etc. So I mentioned the achievement of knowledge. And altogether, chapter 5, I write for my dissertation, and then I conclude this dissertation. Yeah, as a conclusion, so I find it. So in my dissertation, the feeling is extension of happiness and suffering. So when the feeling arises in our mind, so that is a junction. So if we know the feeling, we will lead for happiness. We will lead to happiness. If we don't know the feeling with mindfulness, so that leads to the suffering, and the vedana pacaya tanha. So this link, so that is why feeling can lead to the dual condition, the happiness and suffering. And then also feeling is obvious for all beings to focus as a practice of meditation. That is one of the main factors, very obvious factor. Among the 52 kinds of major factor, the Buddha specially only used this vedana alone as a special meditation object. The other major factor also arises in our minds, and phassa, senya, cetana, like the other major factor also arise. The other 50 obvious for all beings.
Okay.
Okay, again.
Bande what you should preach the within Anubhasana in this audience
Mhm.
in English.
The speaker has already preached. Virana. Tua Gusiaro should say something. Why waiting? Why
What we
waiting
should
for the
say.
speaker?
Yeah, I'm thinking that he present the practical instruction, by the
Mhm.
Mahasi Siaro, Mogu Siaro, Chamye Siaro, and so on. In my opinion, is right or wrong, I don't know.
Mhm.
The Mahasi Siaro instruction, even though we say the practical instruction, but for him, practical is okay, but for the listener, for the other people, it's a kind of theory,
Mhm.
theory, because Mahasi Siaro's instruction is a Mahasi Siaro theory, Mahasi Siaro, I'm opinion, Mahasi Siaro idea. And in my opinion, practical way is we experience ourselves. How do you
Yes.
think? How do you think this? Even though we say practical instruction.
Yes. Actually, the Buddha taught about Virananubhasana, right? In a practical way for himself. But if we listen to his Dhamma, so there is a kind of theory. If we practice by ourselves, so it will be practical for us.
Now come back.
Feeling is not so.
Again.
Take easy, honey. Relax. Relax.
Okay, as a conclusion of my dissertation, but I don't know whether you can hear my voice or not. I actually, the internet connection is not so good here. I'm sorry for that. As a
Never mind.
conclusion,
Yeah, it's okay.
feeling feels only objects. The Buddha used this mental factor as a special meditation object, and this mental factor feeling feels only object. But so for Nibbanic happiness, there is no feeling set by Venerable Sariputta to the Venerable Udayi. This speech means Anupati says, Nibbana. The in the Magga data and fluctuated also, feeling is also associated with Magga and Pala. Magga Jeta and Pala Jeta. This feeling also, this Magga Jeta and Pala Jeta all together with the major factors takes as the object the Nibbana objects. But at the time, so this a feeling, so feel this a Nibbana object or not, but I cannot find this answer. So for my dissertation, and I think there is no feeling in the Nibbana. So it means, and then Anupati says Nibbana. That is my own opinion. So that as a contributions to Buddhist study, the scholar also can research this Nibbanic objects, that the feeling can feel this Nibbanic object or not. Here, that is for my dissertation. Here, you know the ITMU, So we don't have any different connection with the dissertation, especially it is not different from the students at the university, and I have already said we just only patient. Patient is the main things to be a PhD scholar at the ITB-AMU. So firstly, we need to study the methodology, like the textual. This dissertation and connection with the methodology is textual study, the content analysis method, doctrinal analysis, and the comparative study. For this dissertation today, very well-known emotional quotient, EQ, and modern mindfulness. Also, we need to compare with the contemplation of feeling and practical reflection, the insight development. So we also need to study it here as a methodology. And then, so for the writing style and requirements, the academic English. So I just need to say my dissertation is not so consistent with the academic English. I just write with the simple English, and that is that is my proper citation is the university mission, the how to cite or the how to give the references, like that university give the some books for this proper citation. The whole dissertation must length about the 250, between 250 and 300 pages. We have to end for our dissertation with the words, the 18,000 words we have to end. Here, for writing the PhD dissertation for the at the ITB-AMU, the practical tips is we have to start with a clear outline and collect sources early. So before we write the PhD dissertation, we need to collect many sources, and we need to read many books, and we have to write regularly, whether it is good or not. No problem. I just write down all things regularly, but I don't know whether it is a good or it is relevant or reliable or not. So my task or my responsibility is to write that regularly. I accept like that, and then I give to the supervisor. Supervisor will check whether it is good. This is good. This is not relevant. Supervisor will check. So, and then we have to discuss with the supervisor. This is also very important to be a PhD scholar from the ITB-AMU. The writing a dissertation on the contemplation of feeling at ITB-AMU means balancing the Pali sources, commentary, as interpretation, academic analysis. The ITB-AMU is as a Theravada University. So our dissertation writes standing on the Theravada text mostly, and then also we need the other scholar works, and also the other books also we need to read, and we can cite, and we can give as a references, and this what benefits both the researcher and the future generations. So that I write this dissertation at the ITB-MU. That many difficulty also I have, but with the patient, I overcome all the difficulties, and whether it is I don't know it is good or not, but I overcome all the difficulties and became as a PhD scholar at the ITB-MU. So thank you very much for your listening patiently, and thank you very much our Tawagu Siaro and our moderator, and I pay respect all my teachers at the ITB-MU. Also, thank you for all. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you very much, Venerable Dr. Ashin Sopāka, our distinguished speaker, for your most inspiring and insightful presentation. Your explanation has given us a deeper understanding of the Vedana Nupassana and reminded us how to apply it meaningfully in our daily lives. So now, according to item number 4, we will open the floor for the question and answer section. So if there is anyone who wants to ask a question, you can ask to the speaker.
Directly, Bande Sopāka,
Your
would you mind
questions,
to stop screen sharing?
yeah.
Stop screen
Yeah.
sharing so that we
May I
can.
request our speaker to
Okay.
close. Okay.
Okay, Teka Maji say.
May I ask?
The first one,
I'd like to ask,
Tekamaji with their hand. Okay.
I have two questions. One is about the Vedana that what you said, withdrawal from the feeling. Is that what you say that Vedana the withdrawal from the feelings that I would like to know in practice. The second question is about the dissertation. May I know the research questions and the research problems that your research finding meets the hypothesis, the research questions, because I miss your research questions and the research problems. Thank you so much.
So I think I just hear about Vedana Vikambana, withdraw it from feeling. This is the first question. And then the second question is about the research question. That did this one. That's all right. So because now internet connection is not so good, I can't hear it clearly here.
Yeah, it's right.
Okay, in connection with the about the Vedana Vikambana, you know, the how to withdraw from the painful feeling. That is a very easy according to the commentary. It is not just paying attention to the painful feeling. When we have painful feelings strongly in our body, and we don't pay attention to that painful feeling, and we have to use the other object as a meditation. That is called the Vedana Vikambana. Even the Buddha also try this Vedana Vikambana technique when yes,
Yeah.
With the person, that is fine. The other also the many, you know, the Sopa Wasa also used this technique when she gave birth to his son. At that time also she withdrew from that painful feeling, paying attention to the Buddha's attitudes as well. And then also according to the Contemplation Sutta, the one venerable monks also withdrawn from that painful feeling when the spirit is through his body. At that time, he withdraw from that painful feeling by reflection or by practicing the Rupa Kammatthana. I mean, the painful withdrawing from painful feeling is it just does not pay attention to that painful feeling. That is called the withdrawing from the feeling. That is the answer to the first question. So now the second research question for this dissertation. So for my dissertation, the research question is when the feeling arises, how to manage. That is the research question. And when the pleasant feeling arises, if we can manage properly or the attachment will arise. And manage when the unpleasant feeling arises, the hatred will arise, and when the neutral feeling arises, the ignorance also will arise. The attachment, hatreds, and ignorance are the origin of the evil action. You know, because of the evil action, so many billions or many people commit the killing and stealing and the sexual misconduct, etc. So the origin of the adultery debt or the evil action is attachment, is hatred and ignorance, you know, and also so because of the attachment, hatred, and ignorance, we also need the people also do that, the wholesome action as well. Because unwholesome action, so in this very life also we have to face many difficulties and many misery or suffering. And the next life, after this life also we have to face many the action we have to and also as a result of the good action, a wholesome action, we have to face, or we have to get as the Sukati, you know, the very good life as a result. So those any life, you know, any life cannot overcome the, you know, the birth, aging, sickness, and death. Every life we have to face this suffering. The origin of this suffering is attachment, hatred, and ignorance. The attachment, hatred, and ignorance is arising from the Vedana, you know, from the feeling, because of the feeling. That is why as a problem when we don't know the feeling arises in our mind. So when we cannot manage our feeling, so the many suffering will arise. that is the problem of the feeling that, and I need to, I have explored, or I have written about this one as a as in my dissertation as well. So that's all. Thank you so much for your question, and also thank you very much. You have some idea in connection with my dissertation. So can you can also give some idea. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Okay, is this okay for you?
Yeah, but sometimes internet connection is
Yeah.
not very clear, but it's okay.
Yeah. So he explained about the withdrawal from the feeling. Feeling, that point is a painful feeling, not every feeling. And also he explained his research question. So Lobha, dosa, moha may arise depending on the feeling if we don't contemplate the feeling like this. Okay, next person, I think Ashin Sopāka. He showed first his finger, so he can ask question now. Ashin Sopāka.
Yeah.
Your turn.
I would like to ask Speaker Bandi. I would like to know why Vedana have an attachment.
Vedana. So I cannot catch your question. So can you say clearly, Siaro?
Yep, Bandi. When we know Dukkha Tana and Vedana Tana. Vedana Tana is what kind of Dhamma, and explain about it.
To the Paticca Samuppada, Vedana Pachya Dana, dependent upon the Vedana, so the attachment or Dana arises, the expounded by the Buddha in this way. In this teaching, the Buddha explained generally. So actually, sometimes you know the pleasant feeling arises, the attachment, depending upon the pleasant feeling, attachment arises. That is a very clear. Actually, sometimes the depending upon the unpleasant feeling, the attachment cannot arise directly. Hatred arises directly. Longing for the pleasant one. You know, the neutral feeling, because of neutral feeling or depending upon the neutral feeling. So neutral feeling is a state, a peaceful state. That is why sometimes neutral feeling arise. Depending upon that neutral feelings, attachment also can arise. That is from the standpoint of Paticca Samuppada and Vibhanga Pali, Vibhanga text. So the Buddha explained in this way, not only in the Paticca Samuppada, but also in the Vibhanga as well. In the Vibhanga, you know, the unpleasant feeling, because of unpleasant feeling, hatred arise, because of neutral feeling, ignorance arise. Buddha explained in this way, and also some of the Sutta also mentioned in connection with those statement. So, but I don't understand, or I don't catch clearly in connection with your question, but so our moderator, can you help me? How does he, does he want to know?
I also think so. He want to ask that question. So if we have pleasant feeling, So attachment can easily arise, but if we have, painful feeling, so how attachment or craving can arise if we have a painful feeling? He wants to know about that. But he just used the vedana,
Yes.
not painful feeling. Is that right, Sayadaw Shendejaniya?
Yes,
What do you
Bali.
that one? Okay. So next one, Siamaji Ichiforan. So I hope you have a question. Now you can ask.
Yeah.
I think
Thank you for more.
actually,
Okay, next
okay,
question. I'll wait.
Yeah.
okay.
Thank you. Thank you, Pomo. Thank you, Pomo speaker, for your sharing your dissertation with us tonight. It's so good to know that the word Vedana is covering both good and bad feelings. As our layperson, I always feel that Makong bad feelings, we always say Vedana. For example, joyful, we never say Vedana. We never say such things in layman life. So it's so good to know it covers both good and bad feelings, Pomo. Thanks a lot for that. And for
Okay.
my question,
Sorry,
withdrawal of
because of bad connection, I can't hear clearly. So,
Okay, up to now he
okay,
didn't
okay,
ask the
go on.
question. Okay,
yeah.
keep on asking, Siamaji.
For the question, I think the earlier Mama asked the same question, Mama or Nimale, I don't know. The withdrawal of feelings. When you say you just have to ignore or don't pay attention to the feelings, I don't think for laymen it's an easy stuff, Pombo, unless you practice a lot or unless you reach certain level. The feelings is there. Even though you keep saying, okay, don't pay attention, ignore, it's always there. So it's not that simple and easy, Pombo.
That's why we need to practice again and again, again and again.
Yeah. Now I
Sometimes,
can see
Siamaji,
that. Yeah,
sometimes some of
thank you.
the,
I just like to appreciate because you answer my
okay,
question with the previous one, so
So you-
that should be all right, Pomo. Thank you.
okay, next
thank
one.
you,
I don't,
Siamaji.
yeah, I don't see the name, just Samsung SM.
Yes,
Please, Samsung,
Venerable.
can ask a question now.
Yes,
If
Venerable. Can I hear
possible.
me?
Yeah, if
Yes,
possible, please
my
introduce
name
yourself.
is Nara. I am the member this group. I appreciate organize this program. I had one question. My question is very simple. I want to know translate in English about Vedana. Some people translate to feeling. Some people translate to experience. Two way. Why do you different? What is it correct? Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Yes.
I
Yeah.
heard that.
My
So,
question is simple question. Some people
yeah, same way.
translate in English about Vedana.
Okay,
Some people
we catch it.
feeling. Some people experience. I want to know what
Okay.
way is correct. Thank you very much,
I got
Venerable
it.
and
I got it.
Passion. Thank you.
Thank you for your question. Actually, simple question is a very difficult question. You know,
I think not difficult. You have many experience. You had to, a lot of knowledge,
actually for
many knowledge.
the, for the translation of the Vedana, it is the scholar also still arguing in translating this Vedana words. Till now, they cannot have the exact literal translation, exact translation till now. So they are also still arguing in connection with the translation. So some of the scholar use the Vedana as a feeling, some scholar use as experience, some scholar use as the feeling tone, and some scholar use as the emotion. Many translations we can have, and we can see from the standpoint of the many scholars. So they interpret or translate according to their respective field. Some of the science, neuroscience scholar interpret or translate the Vedana as the feeling tone, like that. Many things. So that is why also I can say what is correct or what is incorrect. The best way to use the one Vedana. So if we use as this Vedana as a original Pali word, this is the best way. We cannot argue anything. But if we use something as an experience or feeling, or something feeling tone, and as the the other emotion, etc., something that we use, we will have to argue. So in my dissertation, even in my dissertation also, I have encountered many problems in connection with this using the feeling. But till now, I can say clearly or exactly what is correct or what is incorrect. Thank you very much, Sarah, for your question. I can answer exactly. I'm sorry for that. If you know, I also let me also know that. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Venerable. Thank you, Venerable. Thank you, Venerable, for your answer. Thank you.
Okay. I think I'm at 4 translations.
Okay, can you give any suggestion for me with the exception of the question?
Yeah. Feeling, experience, emotion, feeling tone. Among them, which one is the
And
best?
many things.
Venerable, distinguished speaker.
Okay, Venerable, can I add one more question? If you want to scholar area, what do you use translate is suitable academic area?
So
You know,
I admire
wait, just wait. I show you do what Bala Moga Burida. But I think everybody translate to foolish. I think foolish is Bala is foolish correct. Moga Burida translate to foolish is not correct. I am feeling. I how can I say this? My opinion. My opinion. Thank you, Venerable.
yes,
But
translation we give.
no academics not important. But academic area is translate is very important. I
Yes,
think.
any translation that we give, it is no problem. We have to give the explanation and connection with the translation we used. I did like that. And whatever translation that we use, it is no problem. So we have to give the explanation and connection with the translation. Thank you so much.
Thank you,
Thank you so much.
Thank you, Venerable.
Okay. Bala, foolish, Moga Burisa, useless man, something like that. We can translate. And then you must give that translation explanation for your translation interpretation. So if you can give the explanation, it will be better to understand for the readers. So any
Thank you,
translation
Venerable.
or experience. So I think 4 feeling and experience is better than a feeling, tone, or emotion, according to Buddhist texts. So we can say, I feel happy, I feel unhappy, or I feel pleasant, neither pleasant nor unpleasant. We can say so. And also we can experience good feeling or bad feeling, something like that. Any way we can use. And then you must give the extra explanation for the translation you use in your paper or in your dissertation.
Thank you, Venerable. It's very for me.
Okay, any question?
We got few more
Any
raised
question
hand.
or discussion or suggestions?
Few more raised
Thank
hand
you so much.
before.
Thank you so much for your contribution. It is highly interesting and valuable. I find your topic is fully fascinating for me. Based on your research, could you explain in detail about your research methodology? As far as I understand, it is a case study, is it?
Yeah.
Could you
Actually,
explain more about research methodology?
So, okay. Okay.
Because it is a very
So
important
in
for the
connection with
academic.
about the research methodology, so this what is you have already know the case study this is using about the contents, the analysis method and
Text analysis, right? I want to know while you doing this research, did you interview the practitioner or not?
so actually I don't have any interview and I just
It is only based on the textual study. So your contribution and I want to know your research question and contribution really meet at the conclusion.
Yes, relevant research methodology, the collecting data, firstly, in relation to the feeling from the primary sources, and to discover this thesis, the primarily the focus on the original Pali text, commentary, and sub-commentaries. Sometimes I use the English translation from the Bhikkhu body and the Bhikkhu body, etc. And the many books also I use the analyzing and systematizing it into three main categories. The definition of the feeling, and examining how to arise a feeling, and contemplation of feeling. I just focus on only on the Theravada text and the collecting data from the secondary sources.
No comparative to the others definition, other interpretation. You didn't compare with the other definition from the other sect. I mean, other Mahayana or Vijayana. You didn't compare with the definition.
Yeah, no, I didn't compare any definition from the other sides. I just only focus on the Theravada text only, just only Theravada text. Sometimes I use some of the reliable journals and article and a website sometimes. So
thank you. And according to your topic, the way to your dissertation, so there we are on the same journey. So I want to know more, what are the difficulties in your journey, dissertation journey?
Dissertation journey is the most difficult in my dissertation journey is I don't have the many data, so many relevant data in connection with the dissertation. That is why I have many. I have read many books, and I have to surf the internet, and I take so long time in connection with such an collecting, reading many books. I take so long time. That is very difficult for me. And also, you have already know that when we write the dissertation, we can sometimes we miss the way how to write sometimes. At that time also we have to search for the so the teacher to guide us correctly or rightly. So it is also difficult for us sometimes.
And sometimes
That's why I say at the beginning, and we have to patient. We have to be patient, writing the dissertation at our university.
for me 8 years. As the candidate, you have some problems or some troubles, or you met with a supervisor. Is it any problem?
Yeah, sometimes we have no. Actually, no. For me, actually, mostly I think all the candidates and all the students have the problem. Sometimes, no problem. I think that is the difficulties and with the supervisor and with the writing their dissertation. So everyone I think can have such a difficulties.
You don't have such difficulty. Okay, that's very lucky for you. Thank you so much.
Okay, thank you so much.
Okay, thank you everyone again. So next one, Venerable Dejengda. This is your turn to ask a question to the speaker. Venerable Dejengda.
Yes, I want to ask about we are monk. We focus just only in our monk society, especially in Myanmar. And how do you think, because of your feeling specialists concerning with your topics and the tradition topics, monk society, the level of issue, and issue, the issue level of the monk society in Myanmar, they are over 50% or under the 50%. How do you think? They can control their feeling and emotional quotient, the level of emotional quotient among society of Myanmar.
Actually, so as for me, so that I don't know for all the banks in Myanmar, so it's too much, for me, just only me. So
Yes,
I need
no matter.
the issue study more and more, and now I see this issue. And or I need many EQ, emotional quotient for when associating with people, or we need to control our minds, and we need to know our anger, and sometimes so I arise anger arise, sometimes pride arise, and so we need to control our emotion. So that's for me. I need to stay managed for the emotion. So thank you, Seattle. Thank you, Seattle.
Yes, thank you.
Okay,
But
now.
yes, yes. I not catch your answer because of connection. I meet under the 50 or over the 50. Then the emotional quotient of Manx society of Myanmar, and up or down, and under the 50 or under the over the 50.
I think our moderator should have this question.
Yes, it is better. Because he has got connection and got experience.
Even sometimes, even we don't know our feeling. What is our feeling? Whether it is happy or unhappy, sometimes we don't know if we don't contemplate as a meditator. Only when we contemplate our feeling very carefully, at that time we may know. So that's why everyone should contemplate their feeling if they want to truly control their feeling, not to be very bad, right? So we will not know everyone's feeling. So we should know our feeling. We must focus our feeling. And also, if you want to focus other people's feeling, so it will be very difficult. You cannot control their feeling because different people have different feelings, different emotions, especially emotions. If we focus feeling, so we must contemplate our feeling using Virananupasana. So we cannot, know everyone's feeling because it is very wide. The feeling is very wide, so we cannot control everyone's feeling. So as much as we can, so we should focus our feeling very firstly. If we can understand the nature of feeling.
Let me answer this question.
Thank you.
And then
Achan.
Okay, Siaro. Tawagu, Siaro.
Tawagu, you want to also.
Let me answer this question.
The question is me. Okay, listening.
You asking about the monk. I don't say that about the monk. I don't dare to talk. I don't dare to talk about the monk. But I know what you want to ask. Okay, suppose if we compare the shopkeeper in Thailand, Thai shopkeeper, and Myanmar shopkeeper, if we buy something, the Thailand shopkeepers, they can control their mind, their emotion. Their EQ is very high. If we buy the Myanmar shopkeeper, they cannot control their emotion.
I agree.
Why? Why you ask it without buying? Why you ask it without buying like this? So just to compare the ordinary lay people, don't compare the venerable monk, no? Okay, I think you got it.
Because I don't want to tell about the public. We are monk society. We still. That's why we need practice, or we need study. We need practice mode, and we need a study mode in monk society. Because of lack of practicing, lack of studying, which one is more important in my society? In the previous time, we have also my society have complex the society, the whole society, because of a lack of emotional quotient. And that's why in my dissertation, I tell about this complex. Okay, thank you, Ajahn.
Okay.
Thank you, speaker and moderators. Sorry.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, now Venerable Uganda Seattle, Venerable Bandeja, your turn to ask a question to the speaker.
Okay, thank you, Seattle Dr. Sopāka. Your presentation is very useful for me. I said really, I'm not lying. Right? Very useful for me. So I've read a story about Pajo Seattle, Dr. Uzila. Dr. Nana Malapi on that. His dissertation in Sri Lanka. That name is concerning with Buddhism and vegetable, right? Buddhism and vegetarian. His dissertation is like that. Now, this is very useful in Sri Lanka and also Sri Lankan Buddhism, right? So in just like your dissertation, so how we apply in our daily life, in our literature, how we apply your dissertation is very good. Mostly this is when they receive after receive MA degree, doctor degree, that dissertation or this disappear, not apply, right? So I don't like to say your dissertation is very useful and short and meaningful for us. Not long story. Very useful, right? So how we apply your dissertation in our daily life, etc. Yeah.
Thank you, Seattle, for your very nice question.
Thank you, man.
You know, in our daily life, we have to be careful our feeling. So sometimes, the experience of the meditation cannot mention with the words. We need to practice really or practically. We need to do the meditation, and at that time also can appear such kind of experience. And in our daily life, so when we don't know the pleasant feeling or unpleasant feeling or neutral feeling,
Yeah.
the many defilement also can arise in our minds. That is why,
Yeah.
so the first thing we have to understand and we have to focus on that feeling in our minds. So when, for example, when we practice the insight meditation, just sitting. So by sitting, when we practice there, sometimes after 30 minutes or after 45 minutes, the painful changing of rupa arises in our body. The changing, the nature of changing can be seen. So the painful, the changing is a pain. Sometimes, the itching, and sometimes, the stitching and hardness. That is the changing of the rupa. So when we sit for a long time. So sometimes we know that that is the feeling. Sometimes we take note that the pain is a feeling. Actually, it's not the feeling. Actually, it is the changing of the matter, rupa. What rupa it is changing? Actually, it is the changing of the Batavi earth element.
Yeah.
The earth element is changing from hard to soft, from soft to hard, and sometimes itch, sometimes hardness, softness, and pain, like the back pain. That is the changing of the rupa.
Yeah.
So we have to focus on the rupa. That's a rupa. Kaya nupasi viharati. So rupa must be focused as a rupa, and No,
Yeah.
if we focus on that rupa as a feeling, I think that is not correct. So that we will have to see it as a rupa, and then when the pain arises in that rupa as a change in nature, we feel our mind in our mind feeling. That is not
Yeah.
so good. That is not good. So we feel this feeling is Vedana. So Vedana arises in the mind, and pain arises in the rupa as a change in nature. So that is why we have to focus to differentiate between nama and rupa. You see, the rupa is feeling. So in our daily life, we have to understand and we have to focus and with mindfulness, our mind and body. So that if we don't manage our feeling, or if we don't focus our body with the mindfulness, so the many problems we will continue.
Thank you, Brandon. That's very good. Appreciate that. Appreciate that.
Thank you, Sharon. Actually, it is not
Thank you.
enough
Very useful for me.
for you. I did. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Brandon. Thank you.
Okay, very interesting question and answers. I think time. So time is so limited. So before stopping our program, I would like to say to our distinguished speaker, in your presentation, in the last stage, in the conclusion section, so you said Mega Jekta, Phala Jekta. So every Jekta is associated with a feeling, but at the stage of Nibbana, there is no feeling. So I think it is very clear. Only, Nibbana is the only object. So at the stage of object, it doesn't have any feeling. But at the stage of Jekta, consciousness, Mega Jekta and Phala Jekta, so when they take Nibbana as their object, in the Jekta, not in the Nibbana. So feeling may associate with the Mega Jekta and Phala Jekta. So object and the mind. So in the mind, in the consciousness, there is feeling. But in the object, Nibbana, so there is no feeling at all. I think so.
Yeah, thank you, Brandon.
Yes, we must differentiate Jektas and the object. So in the Jekta, so the feeling will be associated with every Jekta, even Mega Jekta and Phala Jekta. But in the stage of object, in the Nibbana stage, so there is no feeling at all, only Sandi Lakkhana, not Viriyita Sukha, right? I hope so. Later,
Yeah.
I think. Okay, now I think
Okay.
we should
Okay.
stop this program today. So I would like to
Yeah.
say again, thank you very much, our distinguished speaker, Venerable Dr. Ashin Sopāka, for your most inspiring and insightful presentation. Your explanations have given us a deeper understanding of the Vedana and how to contemplate the Vedana, and also reminded us how to apply Vedana Nupassana Mahasatipatthana meaningfully in our daily lives. Again, on behalf of all participants, I'd like to express our heartfelt gratitude to you, Venerable, our distinguished speaker, for your precious time, kind guidance, and compassionate sharing. May your noble efforts in teaching and spreading the Dhamma continue to benefit countless beings around the world. And we also wish to thank all our respected CROs, especially Tawagu Siaro, who founded the Tawagu Ichi Forum, Dr. Ashin Sopāka, for his kindly allow me to be a moderator today program, and also many Sayales and venerable monks, and also Dhamma friends who have joined today's section. So your presence and participation make this occasion truly meaningful. So now we have come to the end of today's program. Let us conclude this section by reciting Buddha Sasana Jiran Data 3 times.
Yeah. Mm.
Buddha Sasana
Jiran Data 2. Buddha Sasana Jiran Data 2. Buddha Sasana Jiran Data 2.
Thank you all of Bandi and
Hello,
participate.
Jama Beke Maze, Pomono.